The police of the United Kingdom Corporation are all companies too, run for profit. Because that's what companies basically do. They run for profit. And who are they making profit for? Directors, shareholders, they all want a profit. And where does that profit come from? The corporate policy enforcement officers, their job is to enforce the rules of the corporation. The courts of the United Kingdom Corporation are all companies run for profit as well. If you break the rules, you will get an invite, which is a summons. You will to their place of business to discuss your punishment. Except that they are not inviting you. You just think they are. Even the highest court in the land is a corporation, the House of Lords. So, we believe that the courts are issuing us justice. We believe that we're going to get a lawful trial. There is a massive difference between lawful and legal. Massive difference. You like this picture? This is very, very important. I want to explain something. During my life growing up, I am a fully fledged carpenter as well. And that's all I do. I'm just a working class man. All through my life, I was a bit of a bugger when I was young, to say the least. And there was a policeman called Mick Reed, who was a very dear friend of mine, who helped me incredibly when I was young. Because when I was growing up, I didn't fit into anything. I didn't fit into any group, or I didn't fit a slot. I always questioned everything, and I questioned discipline. I questioned authority if I thought it was wrong. And I suffered for it as well, many, many times. But Mick showed me that there is what a real policeman's about. And this is where this comes from. This is where I understand this now. A policeman, a human being, his duty under common law of this land is to serve and protect every individual in this land. You've heard Albert say this today. That is his duty. That is what he does his job for, to serve and protect and never, ever delay right or justice to any individual in this land. That's their job. They must uphold the common law. But they have a fiction attached to them called a police officer. Now, if you look at the word officer, it comes from the corporate world. What's a CEO? Chief Executive Officer. It's all officers. They're unbelievable. This man on my right is who enforces statutes on you. This man protects you. But the trouble is, the boys in blue, who I've got all the admiration in the world for, because I've got a lot of friends in the police force, don't know the difference. They don't know the difference anymore. And some of them didn't know the difference in the first place, because they're being told wrong. They're not being told about this bit, they're only being told about this bit. And funny enough, I had a conversation with Albert the other day, and he was telling me some things that are going on in the police force regarding their training at the moment. And all of them are being trained to be this. Okay? So when you meet these people, what we're trying to do is, I wouldn't say educate them, we're trying to bring them to an understanding of what they really are and what they're supposed to do. And I recently, same as Albert did, I went for a police force from down the bottom to a chief inspector, and made a chief inspector, overall statutory legislation, and you go back to common law. Anybody can do it. You've just got to know the language to speak, because there's a language they're using against you that you do not understand. You might think you do, because it's English, but it's their language. It's called legalese. It's a language of the law society. Any society, I'll go into this in a bit, but any society, you can start a society tomorrow and create your own language. Anybody can do it. So we need to just gently tell these people. Now, We have methods of talking to these people that sometimes prevents us being dragged down ourselves. And I will be going into that. But it doesn't always work. Because if they're going to slap the cuffs off you and drag you away, they're going to do it. Okay? And you might as well just make it easy, but always let them know that you're protesting. Peacefully. No violence. No violence whatsoever. This is not about violence. It's a bit like Gandhi said, an eye for an eye just ends up with the world being all blind. I want you to watch this little video, and the man who made this video is actually up there.
Put the camera down for us, mate. What?
Can I help you?
Put the camera down for us.
What? Whoa. I'm in my own garden here, mate.
Okay.
What, you come bursting down?
Filming the police?
It's not an offence at all.
It is, sir.
No, it's not an offence at all. No, I'm a filmmaker, mate. I know the laws. I've been doing this for years, mate. I film the police all the time. It's not an offence.
Okay. We're telling you.
What section is it an offence under?
Okay. It's an offence, sir.
What section is it an offence under?
I'll find out for you. Can you switch the camera off?
No, I can't switch my camera off.
It gets better. I promise you it gets better. If you can't read it, I will explain it after.
I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm in my own garden. You've come round our path. I do this all the time, mate.
Get this in as well.
Get the mobile phone, the solicitor. Mate, this is a free country. You're entitled by law, yeah?
Sarge, just quickly, we've just done a stop check on the Wilshire Farm. There's a gentleman here that's filming us.
Yeah, he's in his own garden, minding his own business, and the police have just come over here intruding on my privacy, my liberty, my freedom. It's not illegal. I do this all the time. I film the police all the time down here. I film the inspector at the meetings, mate. I think you've got it wrong.
What's your name? Sorry, sir.
No, I'll do it
I
after.
think you've got it wrong, right? And what you know what you ought to do, mate? You know what you ought to do? If you don't like me filming you, you do what I do. You go to see the MPs, yeah, and get them to bring it up in Parliament so they can change the laws. But don't come and harassing me over it.
Sorry, sir.
It doesn't matter who I am, mate, you know.
You're number 58.
You know. I'm not doing anything wrong at all, mate. Nothing wrong at all. You just took it on your own head to come over and harass me, you know. This is England, mate, you know. This isn't communist China, you know that, mate.
That was a blinder down.
Yeah, it's not an offence, mate, see. You can walk it down better than your ears. I said the camera would pick it up better than his ears. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean,
It doesn't matter. You're just trying to make an issue here and I'm not biting for you. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong.
What have you just said, sir?
It doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. What are you trying to make an issue for? I've not broken no laws. You come over here harassing us, mate. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Darren, for that. Just as this plays out, I'll explain what actually went on there. Actually, I'll get this to stop. Oh, actually, you don't need to see that yet. Oh, you can actually. Right, just to let you know, all the police, I said all the police are registered corporations. City of London police, up the top here, are registered. Northumberland, Gwent Constabulary, also trading as Gwent Police Authority. So they're trading. Okay? They're trading. So that means they're companies who are trading for profit. But they need to generate that profit. And how they generate that profit is enforcing statutes on you. That's how they do it. Not law. It's policy.